Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Got a good show for you here today, guys. We're going to be talking about sleepers for the 2023 fantasy football season. And I'm going to start right here with the first player on my list, and that is Kadarius Tony. Now, this is a guy who has tremendous big play ability, great run after the catch abilities, insane talent, great speed, great hands, great everything. I mean, this guy is an immensely talented wide receiver. We really just haven't seen him stay healthy for a full season yet. But in the small sample that we've seen, Kadarius Tony's been very explosive. We know that the talent is there, and now he's being transferred over to the Chiefs offense. I mean, in the small sample that we saw him play with the Chiefs, he had a very good rapport with Pat Mahomes. He had the touchdown catch in the Super Bowl. He had a 65-yard punt return. This guy kind of flashed a lot of his athletic dominance in the Super Bowl, and it was very good to see. As long as this dude can stay healthy and on the field, I think that he has immense talent and immense upside in the Chiefs offense. Okay, so keep that in mind. And now also consider the fact that both Juju Smith-Schuster and McCole Hardman are free agents. So if they both lead the team, the target share for Kadarius Tony is going to be ridiculous. Now, I know that the Chiefs like to spread the ball around, and that's still probably going to kind of continue to be the trend, but they're still going to have one receiver that receives a majority of the targets and actually has, a target share of at least above 23%, and that's going to be Kadarius Tony. He's going to be fed the ball quite a bit in this high-flying offense, and this is an offense that has the upside to pass for over 5,000 yards every season. So the yardage totals are going to be there as long as he can stay healthy. The touchdown upside is there. And considering the combination of talent and the offensive situation that he's in, his upside is tremendous. So draft Kadarius Tony. He's going to be potentially a very big league winner in fantasy this year. Next player on my list is going to be Hunter Renfro. Now, Hunter Renfro, he was super injured, this past season. But, if you look at his advanced statistics over the past 2 years, back-to-back seasons, he's been top 10 in the league in target separation. This dude is great at creating separation in his routes. So no matter who's going to be slinging him the rock this coming season, he's going to be wide open for them to throw him the ball because, he's just incredibly good at getting open. This guy's a very talented wide receiver. He's very good at playing his position. And you also got to keep in mind that Devontae Adams and Darren Waller are both 30 now. So, or Darren Waller is going to be 31 this season. Devontae Adams is going to be 30. So you got to figure that the target share for these pass catchers that take a lot of the targets away from Hunter Renfro is going to go down at least a little bit now that they're getting older. I'm not saying that it's going to go down a lot, but, the target share for Hunter Renfro, as long as he's able to stay healthy on the field, should go up as much as like 2% in the offense. So the target share is going to be up for Hunter Renfro slightly. We know that this guy is incredibly good at creating separations, and we've already seen him have the breakout season in 2021. So we know the kind of upside that this dude possesses. And a lot of people are sleeping on him because they didn't see him do much last year. So go ahead and take advantage of that and draft Hunter Renfro. He has massive upside this coming year. Next player on my list is going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones. Now, Donovan Peoples-Jones just hasn't had a quarterback to throw him the ball yet. Okay, I'm still sold on the talent. I know that his college career, he underperformed a little bit. So far in the NFL, he's underperformed a little bit. But he hasn't had anyone to throw him the ball in the NFL yet. The best quarterback he's had basically has been Baker Mayfield. It's just not fair to judge what he's done based on the quarterbacks that he's had. So we now insert Deshaun Watson, who is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. I talk about this all the time. He has similar talent to Josh Allen. I mean, he really does. The dude has a rocket arm. He has one of the strongest arms in the NFL. He's one of the most accurate deep ball passers in the NFL. So, we now have a very talented quarterback, a tier 1 quarterback to throw the ball to Donovan Peoples-Jones. And this is a wide receiver that, 21 out of his 96 targets last year were deep targets. They love throwing him the ball downfield. He's known to be a wide receiver that is fed the ball like crazy as far as, downfield targets. So considering the fact that he's an awesome deep ball pass catcher and he now has a quarterback that's great at throwing the deep ball, I think that he's going to provide some awesome weekly ceiling in this coming season. Now, I want to be very clear about this. I don't think that he's going to be a consistent wide receiver on a week-to-week basis. He's going to be kind of more like Gabe Davis for the Buffalo Bills. He doesn't really provide reliable target share, but he has insane weekly ceiling because of awesome deep ball catching abilities and having an awesome deep ball passer in Josh Allen to throw him the ball. Donovan Peoples-Jones is kind of going to be the new Gabe Davis. He's got the awesome deep ball pass catching abilities, and now he has someone to actually sling him the rock that can throw the ball downfield with accuracy. So I love Donovan Peoples-Jones to have a very high weekly ceiling this coming season, but don't expect consistent week-to-week production. But he's an awesome late-round pick because of his high weekly ceiling. Next and final player on my list is going to be Calvin Ridley. Now, This guy is going to explode in the Jaguars offense. I mean, look, his last season in the NFL, where he actually played a full season, he led the league in air yards. He led the league in deep targets and was second in red zone targets. My goodness gracious, what an awesome cocktail of great fantasy statistics for a wide receiver to have. I mean, couple that with the fact that he had over 1,300 receiving yards and was top 7 in his yards per route run. I mean, this guy just had an absolutely dominant fantasy season. Now, the past 2 seasons, we haven't seen him play a full season because of, there's just been all kinds of issues with Calvin Ridley, as we know. But now getting transferred over to the Jaguars offense, he's still young. He's still got all the talent in the world. And the fact that anyone is taking Christian Kirk in drafts over Calvin Ridley is just completely ridiculous. I'm totally willing to take the risk that something crazy happens and, Calvin Ridley can't play for whatever reason because, he's just been kind of the Kyrie Irving of the NFL, in recent years. But I can't pass up on the talent, right? This is a guy who's going as like the 40th wide receiver off the board. And, we've seen how good he can be. And that was with Matt Ryan. Now, no disrespect to Matt Ryan, but Trevor Lawrence's overall ceiling as far as an NFL quarterback is higher than Matt Ryan's ceiling ever was. So there's a chance that this year, a third-year Trevor Lawrence is actually better than Matt Ryan ever was at any point in his career. Now, I know that's a bold statement because Matt Ryan's had awesome seasons. He's had an MVP season and everything like that, and he's had some great years in the NFL. But Trevor Lawrence is, he's supposed to be a generational talent who could quite possibly be the best quarterback in the NFL one day. And Matt Ryan was never quite on that level. So, as good as Matt Ryan was, we have a quarterback in Trevor Lawrence who definitely has a higher ceiling as far as overall talent at the quarterback position. So going into his third season and considering that Trevor Lawrence has been getting better and better, like on a weekly basis as we've watched him in his NFL career, I love him slinging the rock to Calvin Ridley. I think that this quarterback-wide receiver connection is going to be awesome this year. And it's actually going to be a really good quarterback-wide receiver stack to get your hands on to have Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley because you could get them both at an awesome value in the draft, and they're absolutely going to go off. So I think that Calvin Ridley is going to have a monster fantasy season. He's going to by far and away lead the wide receiver room as far as overall fantasy points. Him and Christian Kirk aren't even going to be remotely close. And I think that he's even going to amass more total fantasy points than Travis Etienne, which is saying a lot because I'm actually pretty big on Etienne going into this year. So I love Calvin Ridley to absolutely explode and be one of the biggest sleepers in the draft this year. All right, guys. Appreciate you tuning into the video. I will catch you later.